Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Now, Superintendent Dr. Quentin Shepard's final day with BISD is Saturday. And former President Trump's defense has rested in his New York hush money trial. Plus, Iowa's governor declared a disaster after a deadly storm.
And we got some more hazy skies and also moderate air quality coming our way, but the heat is coming on and it is really staying on this weekend. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
It's been 10 years since the East Titans have made it this deep in the postseason. Hear from their star catcher coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 22nd day of May 2024. The time is now 6:30 on our Wednesday morning, and it is Sherlock Holmes Day.
Sherlock Holmes Day. You know, actually, Carolina, I actually went back behind the scenes and did a little bit of research. I found out that Sherlock Holmes he's a fictional character. Obviously, he's a fictional character. He was created in the late 1880s.
Oh, wow.
1887 and also 1891 is when he started to become a little bit more famous. Isn't that crazy? Late 1800s. That is wild. That's a lot longer than I thought it would be.
Well, there's a lot of Sherlock Holmes fiction out there, and movies and TV series, so there's a lot of Sherlock to enjoy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, Watson, what's the weather looking like?
Well, Carolina, I don't know the name.
It's okay. It's okay. Watson was the name of his sidekick.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know the other name.
Not that I'm Sherlock.
Oh, okay. There you go, Carolina. Well, good morning, folks. If you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Eastern Victoria. We've got another plenty warm and plenty humid morning out there, just like the last couple of weeks now, but it is lovely out there. Actually, if you like the warm weather, it is. Right now, it's 78 degrees here in Victoria, but with the dew point 77 degrees, that is a very wet dew point, bringing you a 96% humidity. So I'm looking at this camera, it does look a tad bit foggy out there, so you might see a real thin layer of fog out there this morning. In fact, looking at your visibility map, this confirms it. All of us are seeing that real thin fog out there for today. The good news is no thick fog, so that's no dangerous stuff out there this morning. That's the good news. But also good news is it looks like that drizzle is starting to lighten up out there. It looks like Cuero, Karnes City, and Gonzales may finally see that drizzle starting to let up. And actually, it may not have even been drizzle. It may have literally been like streaks of water just floating in the air because it is so humid out there this morning. But coming our way today, I'm thinking the cloudy skies that are out there this morning are going to slowly and gradually decrease to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. And with a little bit of sunshine today, that's going to bring our highs into the low 90s. I'm thinking right around 92 here in Victoria today. But out west, they could see the mid to upper 90s. But in the background, it's going to be a slight breeze, and that's going to bring us just a tad bit of heat relief, gusting up to about 25 for today. But we got plenty more hot weather, getting real hot this weekend. We're going to take a look at all that more in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Two candidates are in the runoff race for Victoria County Commissioner Precinct 3. Shannon Martin is running for Victoria County Commissioner Precinct 3. He previously served the Victoria Fire Department for over 35 years. He's active in the community through organizations such as the Victoria Livestock Show and the local Emergency Planning Commission. He won 49% of the vote in the March 5th primary. Victoria native Brad Tucker is also running for the Precinct 3 seat. Tucker worked in the construction industry for 25 years. He owned and operated Tucker Construction Company for 18 years, and Tucker won 35% of the vote in the March 5th primary. The position works with the Victoria County Judge and 3 other precinct commissioners. Together, the Commissioners Court handles the financial decisions of the county. Superintendent Dr. Quentin Shepard's final day is Saturday. Last month, the school board accepted his resignation and appointed Deputy Superintendent Randy Meyer as interim superintendent. Meyer says he does not plan to pursue the position permanently. When a new superintendent is selected, Meyer says he will resume his prior duties. Shepard's most recent contract would have expired June 30th, 2026, and the district will pay Shepard for his 40 unused accrued vacation days. On April 29th, Pflugerville ISD's board approved Shepard as their new superintendent, and Shepard will start there on Tuesday. Former President Trump's defense has rested in his New York hush money trial. Trump pled not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records. The charges are related on claims of hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels leading up to the 2016 election. Robert Costello, the key witness for the defense, is a lawyer who clashed with Trump's former fixer Michael Cohen. During testimony Monday, the judge overseeing the case scolded Costello for disrespectful behavior on the witness stand. Both sides have rested. Singapore Airlines said that one person died aboard a London to Singapore flight that encountered severe turbulence Tuesday. Tracking data captured by Flight Radar 24 showed the Singapore Airlines flight cruising at an altitude of 37,000 feet. The Boeing then suddenly and sharply pitched down to 31,000 feet over the span of 3 minutes. The British man, believed to be in his 70s, may have suffered a heart attack during the turbulence, but it's not been confirmed. We'll go to Washington for more later. Now to the deadly storms slamming the Midwest.
Overnight, authorities in Iowa confirmed multiple deaths from a tornado southwest of Des Moines.
We do believe we have everybody accounted for, but we just want to make sure that with our search efforts, obviously this tornado has devastated a good portion of this town and community.
The town of Greenfield taking a direct hit from what witnesses describe as a monster tornado tearing homes to pieces.
It got really, really loud, and we thought we lost our house, but we were lucky. But like everyone else is not so much. Like my brother Cody, his house just got wiped.
The hospital in Greenfield sustaining major damage, windows shattered, the building evacuated. At least a dozen people injured in the storm were sent to other hospitals. The storms that rolled through the Midwest yesterday spawned multiple tornadoes in Iowa. One took down several 250-foot tall wind turbines in Adams County. In Nebraska, widespread power outages were reported after torrential rain, high winds, and large hail. Back in Greenfield, Iowa, people are just now coming to terms with the damage.
Everything's going to be fine because we have each other, but it's just going to be really, really rough. It is a mess.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Hollywood star Scarlett Johansson has called out OpenAI for creating a voice that sounded similar to hers for their ChatGPT system. Johansson made the comments in a statement released Monday. Just hours later, the company said it was taking down the voice called Sky. The actress added that she declined to voice the chatbot herself after OpenAI CEO Sam Altman approached her last September and offered to hire her. SAG-AFTRA, the labor union that represents thousands of Hollywood actors, thanked Johansson publicly for speaking out on the issue. And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. Today we want to know, have you ever used an AI chatbot? Okay, let's take a look. 16% of you say yes, and 84% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:38 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. The sight of a newborn baby usually brings out the love in most people, so much so that the idea is turned into a business.
The CEO of Singapore Airlines is speaking out after severe turbulence left one man dead and dozens of passengers injured. I'm Christiane Pereira with the latest from Washington.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your school bus forecast, followed by your weather and health forecast. And later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at that real heat that's coming our way this weekend. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're all tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero, and look at that. It's it's still a little bit foggy out there this morning, but the good news is it doesn't look too foggy. That's real good news. You don't want that dangerous fog on the roads this morning. But right now, 79 degrees and Cuero. Y'all got a summertime low temperature for y'all out there, but your dew point at a wet 77 degrees out there, bringing a humidity of 93%, and this computer says that humidity is bringing you a 5-mile visibility, and I might agree with that. It does look right around 5-mile visibility. So please be careful. You might see some of the lower elevations might see a little bit thicker fog. So please be careful today. But if you're seeing your kiddos out the door, it's going to be just like it is right now in the upper 70s, right around 78. Plenty humid, plenty cloudy, and also plenty warm. But as they're heading back home in the afternoon, right around 3 or 4 p.m., going to be about 92 today, with your clouds slowly on the decrease to partly cloudy skies and a slight breeze in the background, kind of bringing just a little bit of heat relief, making it feel a little bit nicer. But with the wind breezing today, going to be grass pollen's going to be high. Air quality is going to be sensitive for unhealthy for some groups, so please be careful with that. And your UV index is going to be very high when the sun comes out in the partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. But we got plenty hot weather coming our way, and we're going to take a look at that in just a few more moments. And that's it for weather. Now we're going to look at sports with Zach Brown.
We haven't been able to say this since 2014, but the Victoria East Titans are in the regional semis round. In fact, the last time the Titans made it this far, they ended up all the way in the state championship game. The Titans started off hot this year and had their eyes on a deep postseason run all year long, and are coming off a series in which they grinded out a 1-0 win with a great pitching performance from Gage Goldman on the mound, and a 9-4 winning game. The Titans have showed they can win in a variety of ways, and that should bode well for them in this next series against Leander Rouse, and hopefully as they go deeper into the postseason.
I think it puts a lot of confidence in each other, and we know that anyone's going to step up on any given day, and we have what it takes to be a full team and go long ways. What even feels better is that our guys are still confident, and we have the want to keep going further and further, and we're going to go as long as we want to. Pressure is going to come along with going further and stuff, but our guys have stayed grounded, and we know what it takes to get where we want to be, and we're keep grinding every day.
Their first game will be Thursday night at Northside ISD Sports Park in San Antonio. Games 2 and 3 will be Friday beginning at 5 p.m. The game 3, of course, is if necessary. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. Singapore Airlines apologizing for a flight suffering severe turbulence. That was from London to Singapore, where a man died and several others were hurt.
This morning, Singapore Airlines CEO apologizes.
We are very sorry for the traumatic experience that everyone on board SQ321 went through.
The Boeing 777 was 10 hours into its flight from London to Singapore, flying at 37,000 feet when it hit an air pocket. The severe, unexpected turbulence launched some passengers and crew members into the ceiling. One man died, 73-year-old Jeff Kitchen.
I would like to express my deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased.
A Singapore airport manager says they believe Kitchen may have suffered a heart attack, but that has not been confirmed. In total, 18 crew members and 211 passengers were on board, including 4 Americans. Images from inside the cabin show oxygen masks deployed, dents on an overhead compartment, and blood across one seat.
I think the entire thing happened within the span of like less than 10 seconds. I saw people from across the aisle just like going completely horizontal, hitting the ceiling and landing back down in like really awkward positions.
The pilots diverted the plane to Bangkok, where first responders helped at least one person off in a stretcher. Others received treatment under tents on the tarmac. It's unclear when or whether the seatbelt sign was turned on.
As of now, most commercial airplanes have no way to detect this kind of clear air turbulence.
The NTSB is helping Singapore officials in its investigation. A 2023 study claims severe turbulence has increased by 55% in the past 40 years due to climate change. British researchers found the warmer temperatures are making the jet stream more volatile. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
The sight of a newborn baby usually brings out the love in most people, so much so that this idea has turned into a business. Tanya Moon, founder of the Grandbaby Project, visited with residents of Bethany Senior Living in Port Lavaca yesterday, and she brought along several baby dolls with her. Although they were just dolls, it was good enough for the residents to hold and talk to and fall in love with. Moon says her nonprofit organization helps ease dementia symptoms as well as overall anxiety levels.
So these residents, many of them will believe that they have been handed a newborn baby, and they will comfort that baby and take care of that baby, and it just gives them purpose every single day.
If you're interested in the project, visit thegrandbabyproject.org. The time is now 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come, federal officials have announced a new platform to report denied emergency care. Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Alaya. Happy 12th birthday. You are a very blessed young lady. Hope you have a wonderful day. Love from your family.
Oh, happy birthday, Alaya. And once upon a time in Why Women Kill actress Jennifer Goodwin with a birthday today. She's 46. Happy birthday, Jennifer.
I love her as Snow White.
Oh, yeah.
And supermodel Naomi Campbell turns 54 today. Work the runway.
Ooh, happy birthday, Naomi. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, go to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
Okay, let's get a look at our clock. It is 6:47 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right, happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I hate to say it, and I'm sorry to say it, but the heat is on, and it is really going to be on this weekend. We'll take a look at that in just a second, because today I think we'll have just about the same as yesterday, maybe actually a degree cooler, because we got some cloud cover over us today. But yesterday got up to about 93, so I'm thinking today probably right around 92 here in Victoria. But out west in the western Crossroads counties, y'all could see the mid to maybe even upper 90s for today. But look out over the Rio Grande, 102 and 105 in Del Rio and Laredo. But here in the Crossroads, we are not far off that. And I hate to say that, I know some of y'all don't like that heat. But coming away this weekend on Sunday and Monday, those are going to be our two best days for maybe even here in Victoria, maybe seeing 100 degrees. In fact, here we go. Looking at your temperatures here going into Friday, you can see out west they might already be in the low hundreds on Friday. Going to Saturday, also probably going to be in the low hundreds. Here in Victoria, probably the mid 90s. But then Sunday, that's when it starts getting real hot. Maybe 100 on Sunday. Look at that, upper hundreds out west. And maybe again on Monday. We're going to take a look at all that more, though, in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Federal officials have announced a new platform to report denied emergency care directly to the government. All Americans are entitled to emergency medical care under federal law called the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. It states hospitals that receive federal funds must stabilize or transfer patients needing emergency care regardless of whether they can pay or have mental illness. Any patients who believe they were wrongly turned away can file a complaint, which would trigger an investigation and threaten the hospital's funding. The National Football League launched a new initiative that aims to help minority and women-owned businesses get contracts with NFL teams. The program is called NFL Source. It will encourage teams to reinvest in their communities by doing business with underrepresented populations. It will be mandatory for teams that host major events such as the Super Bowl and the NFL Draft, and the NFL's latest effort to increase diversity and inclusion comes a week after the league distanced itself from recent remarks by Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker made during a commencement address. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. A stolen vehicle resulted in a deadly SWAT situation in Austin. A stolen vehicle resulted in a deadly SWAT situation in Austin Tuesday. Shortly after noon, authorities observed a stolen vehicle on Salt Springs Drive. The driver of the vehicle turned into a gas station and walked inside. Police followed and noticed the man had a gun. The suspect began pouring lighter fluid on the counter of the gas station, making Molotov cocktails, all while still holding the gun. After negotiation attempts failed, the police shot the suspect and he died on scene. No officers or other people were hurt during the incident. The Biden-Harris administration is planning to release 1 million barrels of gasoline over the coming weeks. The 42 million gallons of gasoline will come from strategic reserves that are located in Maine and New Jersey. The Energy Department said it will sell the gas in quantities of 100,000 barrels to the highest bidder. Demand for gasoline tends to peak in the summer when more people travel and drive longer distances. Congress mandated the sale in March, but the sale isn't expected to have a significant impact on prices at the pump. Sean Diddy Combs faces more legal trouble. The former winner of MTV's Model Mission is accusing Combs of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed Tuesday. In the complaint, Crystal McKinney claims Combs drugged and sexually assaulted her at his New York City recording studio in 2003. She said she later woke up in a taxi and realized she had been sexually assaulted by Combs. She's seeking an unspecified amount in punitive and compensatory damages. This is the 7th lawsuit in which Combs has been named in recent months. NASA has ordered yet another delay of Boeing Starliner spacecraft. The launch was put on hold Tuesday to give managers more time to evaluate a small helium leak in the propulsion system. The leak was first detected during a launch attempt on May 6th. NASA has not announced when the analysis may be complete or when another launch attempt might be made. The inaugural voyage will carry 2 astronauts to space for a 10-day mission. Early voting in the runoff election continues. The numbers from the Victoria County Election Administrator look like this. 721 people voted in person early Tuesday, 1,427 early in-person votes cast so far. 22 mail-in votes were received Tuesday, 738 mail-in votes received so far. Early voting continues through Friday. You can vote at the Dr. Patty Dotson Public Health Center. That's at 2005 North Navarro. And voting hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz leading a charge to protect access to in vitro fertilization as conservative states scramble to figure out where IVF fits in the new anti-abortion legal landscape. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. I want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And we have time for a final check of our forecast with Parker. Parker, how's it looking?
Well, Carolina, it's definitely looking a little bit cloudy out there this morning. Looking live here in Port Lavaca. Look at that pretty sunrise coming up, even behind the clouds. But if you're going to go see that sunrise, a great time to do it. 80 degrees outside, plenty humid though. Dew point at 79, bringing you a 95% humidity. So some of us could see a real light layer of fog. So please be careful with that. But in terms of clouds, you just saw it. Lots of clouds over us, but those clouds are going to be on the decrease very slowly into the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies, and that's going to get us up to the low 90s for today. But we've got some hot weather coming our way this weekend. Some of us could maybe even see the low to mid 100s.
Oh man, Parker, the heat is on.
The heat is coming back. It's not even summer yet.
Yeah, it's just a hot one.
It's a scorcher.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And remember to follow us on our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Karina, Don, Mac, and Zach today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.